Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network. You're listening to Gas Digital Best of the Week.
So, I don't know what it is, but when I was growing up and through my teenage and late teen years into my early 20s, every time that I had a dream where a plane would crash, the next day a plane would crash.
That's creepy as fuck.
Yep. And it happened, and I have a note that I've written down every single time that's happened, and I know of 8 instances.
How would you find out about the plane crashes? Would it be like then you just so happen to see it on the news?
Yeah,
or...
I'd see it on the news.
Wow. So
That
it's
feels
like
weirder,
so like a
right?
big thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we talking commercial airliners or like little anything? Any
It doesn't
kinda,
matter.
When that what's it, the Yankee or whatever the crash?
But it was usually major airliners.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
One of my dreams occurred on the night of January 8th, 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Iran Air crashed the next day, January 9th, 2011.
Wow. And how do you reconcile that?
You know, I think, I'm not going to lie, but intuition and premonitions run through my family. And my aunt has very good premonitions abilities. She knows a lot. She knows when a lot of things are going to happen. When I told her, she was like, yeah.
Also, how detailed are the dreams? Is it just like, are there any details that would like help you to actually stop something, or just very vague?
I had a dream on January 24th of something happening on an airplane.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was January 24th, 2011. On Thursday, January 27th, my godparent had a stroke on a plane from Hawaii and died.
That's close.
Now here's a question, right? Would you try to change the Final Destination, right? The idea being you shouldn't.
You can't. He doesn't have details though. Like, do you? I mean, like, how
You
detailed
really
are
No,
the
it's
dreams?
it's never detailed.
You really are borderline useless, Oscar.
I mean, that really sucks though. It sucks because you know.
Listen, let me tell you something. I am good at 3 things in this life, okay?
I can guess
That
one of
is sucking,
That was the one.
shopping for clearance items, and parallel parking, okay? I didn't
right,
say
up top.
I was great at
I
everything.
like a good fellow parallel parker.
I didn't say I was amazing at everything else. Like, I'm not going to go on America's Got Talent and be like, all right, this is my talent. And they're going to be like, prove it. And I'll be like, all right, let me go to sleep, right? Like, it's not going to happen.
I actually want to watch this video real quick. Actually, Stanley sent me this from his COVID deathbed of Tekashi 6ix9ine. You guys see this
He
weird
put the
interview
jacket
he
on
did?
the Lil Durk kid?
No, this is like
no.
I've seen a bunch of clips from this, but I couldn't find them. It was like an interview from like 2 weeks ago. I actually forgot about it, but then Stanley sent me this. It's on TikTok. You guys have it? Here, yeah.
I don't know. Does Pop Smoke stand toward? I can't say that. Was King Von a stand-up toward? King Von was a get busy.
Stand up.
All right, so why was he lacking? Why was he lacking? You know what? Why was he lacking?
These are all guys who got killed.
They got
It
murdered.
doesn't matter. So what is King Von right now? He's dead. But what's the point, though? All right then. So King Von is a solid and he got killed, right? Then pushed out and put 5 in him, right? And he dead, right? You hurt my feelings. No. Hear what I'm saying. King Von died lacking. Nipsey died lacking. Pop Smoke died lacking. Right. So can't lack? No, you can't.
What? This was a 2-hour interview of him just doing this about various topics.
It wasn't true. It happened to the best of them. Was Nipsey a stand toward?
All right.
So basically, he's bragging that he's paid for better security.
That's essentially what he is doing. There.
So he was on another interview where
didn't like Pop Smoke get murdered in his house?
No, he got murdered in
Airbnb.
LA. He got murdered in LA.
He was
on
lacking.
vacation.
Kennedy's lacking. Von Erich's lacking.
Yo, Kennedy
Jesus
was
Christ?
historically
Lacking.
lacking, though. Riding around with the top down with the mob on your head.
You said it yourself, Johnny. His brother got murdered. You didn't buy a vest after that?
Oh, yeah, I would have.
I'm
That
just
whole
saying.
family lacking, though.
I'm just saying there's a lot of people lacking right now. Getting killed.
Yeah,
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Maybe.
I'm lacking. I gotta get.
Yeah, he's just paid for better security. I mean, that's so there was. He did another interview where they had.
No,
some,
in this interview,
yeah.
he talked about. He's like, so it's bad to be a snitch, though. In the scene, and it's just him. It's just him moving slowly back and forth like a Muppet.
Yeah.
Like an evil Muppet. For the whole thing, like, bah, 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 bah. And he's talking about Alpo Martinez, and he's like, so Alpo was around, and he was just a snitch. He was like, yeah, but like Alpo used to kill guys who would
this
call
guy
him a
bodied to
snitch.
his name.
And he was like, oh, but he was a snitch, and everybody was hanging out with him. And he's like, yeah, because if you called him a snitch, he would shoot you in the. They literally were saying that on the show. And he's like, but Alpo was a snitch though, but he's I.
But that's on this and that same drug.
Yeah, the same interview.
Yeah, he's imploding.
No, so
How many times did he hit the table? Like every other word.
he's a teenager still.
Imagine
Teenagers
just
do that.
listening to the podcast version of that.
How
You're
old
like, yo,
is
this is
he
a
now?
banger.
The best shit was they interviewed some blood gang members he's with. Now I think they're Brooklyn cats.
Yeah.
And they was like, yo, we never work with snitches. So I'm listening to this shit. I'm like, so this is the new Jackie Robinson. He's the first guy to ever snitch. Still be alive and
still
still
be
put
alive?
out songs and shit. Good for you, man.
According to him, Alpo lacking. Like a lot of people are lacking.
If you die, he probably goes to somebody's funeral.
Was he like go through time? He's like, Jesus Christ, he's lacking.
Oh, he came back, but then ascended again. Lacking. 40 days later, caught lacking again.
He didn't even learn his lesson.
Jews in the desert, lacking.
Lacking.
Up on the cross, lacking.
Lacking. Look at you. No, leaking, lacking.
Jews in Germany, all of them.
Third Reich after the fact, lacking. Hiroshima, lacking. Nagasaki, lacking.
That would be the best heel
Pearl
turn.
Harbor,
If the best 6'9" heel turn. He's like Hitler, valid.
The natural born killers, Legion of Skanks. Welcome to the
You got a puppy. You got a puppy. Has it shit on the bed yet?
No.
What?
Your dog's dying. Kill it.
Kill it.
Kill sport.
Kill sport. Lewis,
Shut
if it makes you feel any better, when you go to put Sport down, Jay will bring his puppy and put him down too. With you. Just her, and I will. Just out of camaraderie.
All right, I'll do mine too. I'll do mine.
Well,
You guys want to kill our dogs on the same day as
I had a
solidarity?
great idea. I wanted to go adopt a geriatric puppy
It's so weird.
from
so
a
weird.
from a f***ing thing. Yeah,
And kill it with your hands?
I mean, a geriatric dog. No, and
Oh.
have him be Sport's companion. I'm not going to name him. I'm not going to make any
gonna
relationship
name
with him. And then when I go take Sport to get killed, I'll also take that dog to get killed too. But I feel like a companion would be great for him.
No,
right
it's just
now.
like going for an extra kill. You're so weird.
That is weird.
It's sick. It's sick.
And you know it's shut up, Keren. You want to get fingered? You know it's not going to stop there. Lewis is going to get more and more and have like a dog nursing home that he's running.
Yeah.
They all needed more friends.
Yeah.
They call me the puppy angel of death.
Yeah. You're so sick.
What other Johnny Depp we got there, Bobby?
A Chinese restaurant wouldn't even buy Sport.
Oh my
He's so
God.
sickly and
Stop
skinny.
it.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got no meat,
that's
dude.
gamey stew right there.
That's gross. He stinks. He's got an asshole thing.
Dude, I said
For an
you-
owner?
You put up a video, dude. You know, you put up that video, and by the way, everyone I've talked to, myself included, was so touched because also we all knew you when you first got Sport and everything, and it's Sport coming up, and it says like he's lively. Really, he's lively, and then you're almost like, oh, he does look lively and good. But the last thing is him lifting his face right there. He goes, ah!
His milky eyes.
Yeah. And he goes, you're like, oh, Sport does look lively. He goes, please give me the sweet release of death.
Look at him. Shut up.
was
Shut
like-
the f*** up.
I was
You
like,
shut the f*** up.
he looks great, and then he gets right into camera, and you're like, oh God, oh God.
There he is.
It's a zombie you won't kill.
He's fine. By the way, Janine Garofalo. Janine Garofalo, should I kill this dog or let him live? It's up to you. Let him live.
He's alive.
By
He's
the
not
way,
sick. He's old.
As someone who knew sport very well, when
Look,
he
he's
was,
like, stick, that's too heavy.
He's my Babas.
Lewis, please. Choke me to death. Anything is better than the pain.
If you just
like
jumped
the
from
most
knowing
Puerto Rican
sport,
thing
if
ever.
you just saw sport at 3 years old and then saw that clip, the perfect way to describe that is, like you said, he got bit in The Walking Dead,
Yeah.
and that is the zombie version of sport.
I wish he got bitten 28 days later, and he was just going ape. It's just running around.
Sport was dangerously unruly.
He would like ping pong off the walls.
That's why you like him now, because he's slow.
Ping pong is also the name of the Asian guy that I tried to sell him to.
He said that meat's gone bad. Come on, ping pong. You know what deal when you see it. I'm offering you pennies on the dollar here.
Ping pong, work with me.
I give you $30. Ping pong. I've loved
Ping
this
pong,
dog
how-
for 15 years.
35.
Raised him from a pup. Wrote about him in a poem. Gene took me to the airport, if you're unaware.
Ping pong, come on. What are you?
Ping pong, come on. You're f***ing me here,
Ping pong, you give me a jar of Vaseline with this deal?
Ping pong, we go back a long time. I brought you Rex Grover.
Oh, ping pong, at least kiss me if you're going to f*** me, you know what I mean? Come on, dude. I love this thing. Don't use the eye. Big deal.
Ping pong.
Can't you use his bones for like a magic stew or something? No.
Ping
Yeah,
pong.
not the stuff on the menu that you guys eat when you're not here.
Family meal.
Ping pong, come on.
So sad.
Ping pong,
It makes me
you
wanna
met me
cry.
yesterday. Come on, we're old
Oh,
friends.
come on, man. This dog means the world to me.
Dude, can I get a service to come to my house and put him down? I can, right? That's what you did, right?
Yeah.
It's called your bare hands, dude. Watch the life go away.
Keren, how did your dog? Oh no!
Oh, I'm the Grim Reaper. I'm here for sport and Lewis's career. Whoa, both are dying.
We got it. We got the. You said it.
It's so sad, Ian. Hey, Ian.
And also, Kerryn, you look like you're dying. Because your skin's falling off your bones. This bit is dying as well. Goodbye.
What are you doing? Sometimes we just get people showing up on the show, like Ian, Janine Garofalo.
Janine Garofalo.
The show has everybody. So many surprises.
Zach Amico's Midnight Spook Show.
When I was a little kid, I got bit by a deer. 'Cause, so I was like little, and I had the feed, and they surrounded me.
Oh no.
So I'm just like this little fat kid surrounded by like 7 deer, all trying to eat from my hand. And I took a step backwards, and I stepped on a deer's hoof, and it just went and bit me on the nipple.
Oh, right on the nip?
So I had a horrible fear of deer. Because I have like this distinct childhood memory of
And then getting a nipple bite?
and then getting bit on the.
Did it bleed? Did it puncture skin?
No, it bruised really bad though.
Oh.
I can see that being a gnarly bite. When I was little, we used to have horses, and I tied my horse up on a fence post, and I forget what spooked it, but something spooked the horse, and they reared up, and the reins were leather, but they snapped and smacked me in the face, and that hurt so bad. I look like I got slapped in the face with like a switch or something. Like my parents were beating the shit out of me. It's not a pleasant feeling.
I just can't believe you had a horse.
Yeah.
I'm more impressed by that.
Really? I used to ride in rodeos.
That's awesome. They have Hawaiian rodeos?
Yeah, they do. There's like cowboys in Waimea and stuff.
Okay.
So the actor, again, I don't know, how do you say his name? Carrie, how do you say this? The guy from
Ellis?
From Princess Bride. Again,
Els?
so many things I've read and never said out loud, and it really haunts me on podcasting. So if you're bitten by, he got bitten by a rattlesnake, and what you're supposed to do Let's see. It's a bad idea to try to trap a snake yourself. So just, know that. This is from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Just cut to me at writing that down. Interesting. I thought I would trap them myself.
Yeah, it says don't apply a tourniquet or suck out the venom.
Do you know what's crazy?
Instead, it's just so funny that the suggestion is instead try to stay calm and call 911. That's their suggestion.
When I was in the Boy Scouts, one of my friends got bit by a baby rattlesnake on the finger while he was throwing rocks off a cliff. Dude's rock. And which is a very fun thing to do, just throw big roll boulders off of a high place. So we were doing that, and he got bit by a baby rattlesnake, and we were like, oh, shit. And I tied a tourniquet and then cut his finger open. And then we tried to suck out the blood. And then he went to the and then also we were really far away from adults and stuff. So we had to hike very far. And then we were like, okay, well, he can't keep walking. This is bad for him. So we had him lay down. And then we sent the kid who was best at running to run like a couple miles to find an adult. And he found some hunters, and they came and picked us up, brought us back to town. He went to the hospital. And the people at the hospital were like, you saved his life. And they wrote an article about it. I'm pretty sure I could find it, honestly. It's with my old last name, but I could find it. And there's a photo of me, like, all stupid.
Your old last name? What am I finding out about you?
I had stepfathers. I've had different last names.
Oh, I didn't know you changed it over the... Okay.
Yeah. I didn't
I
go
think
by...
the term is alias.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and not even let people know about some of these. But, so yeah, my biological father's last name is Smith, so that's what I go by now. Anyway... and they told me I saved his life. And then I read this article and I was like, everything I did was wrong?
Yeah.
Why did they say I saved him? They wrote an article about me in the news.
Well,
in the Gazette.
As we learned on this show, most news is just, some stuff they talk to some people who don't really know anything and then they put it in an article and mash it up.
I was freaking out thinking I cut, you know how nervous I was to cut his finger open and try and suck rattlesnake venom out?
Yeah, and you shouldn't have done that. The last paragraph of this article literally said, and this is in NPR, it says, experts say that unlike in the movies, you should not try to slice open the wound and suck out the venom. Word for word, that's what it says.
Dude.
Don't apply a tourniquet for any snake bite and don't drink alcohol to try to ease the pain.
Literally cut my belt off of me to make a tourniquet. I was like freaking out, telling other kids.
Why'd you have to cut a belt off?
Well, because it needed to be smaller or whatever, and we had to like make holes in it anyway. And I was just like, other kids are like, "What do we do?" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up!" And I'm like holding his finger, just like, like so scared to cut in all of that. And I could have just been like, "Hey, you got bit by a snake? Fucking chill out about it, bro." That's all I had to do. Anyway,
yeah, apparently
it was a traumatic experience for me.
You're just supposed to try to stay calm because being calm can help slow the spread of the venom in your body. You call 911. While you're waiting, remove jewelry and watches because they'll be harder to get off if your limbs start to swell. If you begin to experience anaphylaxis, including swelling of the face and throat, hives, or difficulty breathing, use an EpiPen if you have one. Who the fuck is going to have that on them? The CDC also suggests washing the wound with warm, soapy water and covering it with a clean, dry dressing. What are you laughing at?
I'm so sorry. I was trying to find the news article of me saving this person, and I looked up one of my other names, and then it was the old county I used to live in, arrest records was the first thing that came up, and I was like, oh, okay, we're out, we're not gonna look this up anymore. Okay, sorry. That was just very funny to be trying to look up the good thing about me, and then Google was like, do you mean to look up this person's arrest record?
Now Taylor Lorenz is gonna dox you in the Washington Post next week.
I'm gonna get got.
What up, motherfucker? It's the Real Podcast. Roll Doll. This is another thing about this guy.
Roll Doll?
Yeah. Is it a guy? It might even be a girl. I don't even know.
No, it's like he's like.
It's a them.
It's
a figment of its own imagination.
Is it like Dr. Seuss? Is it not? Is it a corporation? Is Roll Doll a person or is it a company?
Dr. Seuss is a PE teacher with a
Roll Doll is a brand.
Roll Doll is
it's a brand.
Who knows, dude? Roll Doll's a team of Jews working in conjunction.
It's a Hasidic hip hop
group. But dude, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, don't you remember this movie being British?
Roll Doll wrote that?
Roll Doll wrote that.
Yeah, I do that.
Don't you remember it being British?
I mean, the movie, they were in like, it was like an amorphous, like, everywhere land.
It was, no, that's where the Chocolate Factory was. That was a magical.
Was Charlie British?
No, dude, but I remember.
Veruca was.
Yeah, there was one British.
Or
was
she
German?
Was she British, or is it that just that wealthy accent?
I don't even know, dude.
And then there was.
No, I think she was actually
the
British.
absence of Jews.
And there was a Swedish kid who came in, the fat kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember the movie being British.
You remember when it was like
the witches?
The witches.
You remember the witches being British?
I remember that whole movie being British too. That movie is British, but the main kid is American, and he moves to England when his parents die.
That's right.
In the new one, the remake on Netflix, spoiler alert, he doesn't move to England. His parents died. He just moves with his black grandma. It's a whole other world.
Then he grows up and opens a podcast studio.
It's a
You either become Batman or you become a racist podcaster.
Roald Dahl threw some fucking dirty shit in too.
Did he?
Yeah. Okay. So you know how when they lick the wall in Willy Wonka,
Yeah.
and it's all, and then they go, and the snozberries taste like snozberries.
Snozberries are clits.
No, they're
No, they're dicks, obviously.
Roald Dahl in an earlier book referred to dicks as a snozberry.
Got it.
So it was like a
Because
Easter
they're
egg.
lumpy and long, and they taste heinous.
Oh, okay, don't be an asshole. It was that one morning. It was one morning. I didn't shower and I was sick.
And to be fair,
I
then
was
you
sick.
did shower, and then I did probably blew you. If history is an education.
Christ almighty, Keren.
What?
She defines me as this dirty ogre who never bathes and is just.
I'm saying I have a type. It's not about you.
I want to read the
You really do.
Snozberries
Me and Kurt both look like two different giants in the Big Friendly Giant movie. You know, the other ones that are sleeping on the hills.
Plucked me out of my regiment.
Pull up the Big Friendly
to blow
Giant.
a dream into my
Pull
face.
up the other giants that like sleep under the dirt on the hill.
And then pull up the most recent nude of me.
This is Karen's type. If you've ever want to see.
I also notice how Puerto Rican Kurt looks. So every time Kurt
It's
Metzger,
not even
Puerto Rican name.
Puerto Rican. It's a lurching ogre thing.
It's an oaf, yeah. I go for oafs.
And oafs. Is that the plural of oaf? Is oafs?
Oafs?
I
Like
love
an oafs of bread?
I've dated multiple oafs. I have to say, they're good points. They're tall.
God damn it, Karen, that was a good one. She killed it. Oafs.
What did that just say? What snake?
Gessel snake.
Gestel.
Because I'm the guest.
Yeah.
I got snaked out.
Gestel snake. You snaked out. Do you guys have?
There's no Exel snake. Don't we need to add that now?
Oh, what a cunt
I
you
smashed
are.
that button too many times. Do you guys have the giants from
the
Big Friendly Giants?
Do you mean the ones from the newer movie that they made?
Yeah. What do you think I'm talking
There's
about?
a couple movies in those also.
Get the fuck out of here. There was a couple movies. The new movie. That also gets weird. Did Roald Dahl write that one?
Look at his Metzger right there. There's Lewis. The guy between
there's
them
me.
looks like
Right
me.
there's me.
You're all the way on the right.
I'm there. Metzger's right there. The skinny one in between the two.
That's Ari.
Oh, that does look like Ari.
The one
No,
on
Ari's the tall one in the back. But
Which one is my future ex-husband?
I mean, you want the big beastly alpha one in the middle, obviously.
Yeah, that middle
The big
one's
J
on-
one.
All right, so then who's the one all the way on the right?
I mean, the one on the right is me. It has my posture and my hair.
Yeah.
It literally looks like me.
Your exact scalp.
Holy shit, dude,
Dumb
that's my
Shrek.
profile.
Oh my god, I've dated all of them.
Karen's exes. Did Roald Dahl also write this?
I don't know.
Yeah, he
I have
did.
no clue.
I did you not.
I'm still.
I did you not. I did not bring it up as a Roald Dahl reference. I was simply brought it up because I was bringing it up. Wow, dude. Wow. That's wild, dude. We're just creating magic here. That's perfect podcasting. It's happening around us at all times.
Every big famous like actor or comedian that has ever reached out to me is because of that movie. Now, if you guys don't know, I actually did a movie and it's so taboo because it's the only one where I'm the actual mom. And that's not like allowed in porn. You have to be a stepmom. Like it's like so taboo.
You were the actual mom.
I was the actual
Did you
mom.
get blowback from that? Did people try and cancel you?
No, it was so long ago, but it's a huge. And the thing is it's a 3-part series, and I convince my real son to drunkenly have sex with me because I'm like, I go out and get drunk, and I'm like, oh, sweetie, and I convince him to have sex with me, and it's like my #1 viewed porn, and it's so disturbing.
Now, you're
but I don't have kids, so what?
You're not okay with that. You don't endorse moms fucking their kids.
No.
pretty good.
What if they're hot?
I mean, stepkids. That's a different story. But
Now,
yeah.
do you think people in real life sleep with their stepmoms?
I don't think so. But you know what? I did sleep with my stepbrother. So, like, I definitely
In real
think,
life?
yeah, I definitely think stepbrothers and stepsisters intermingle. Because my best friend
What?
also, he's a guy and he also slept
Walk
with
me
his
through
stepbrother.
this. So from Kansas. So
Yeah.
walk me through how you meet your stepbrother and then decide to.
Okay, so my mom and my stepdad met and married within 3 weeks, by the way. So they were like
They're still
super
together?
quick. Yeah, 22 years later.
That's crazy.
No, it's really fucked up because I my stepbrother and we thought this was never going to last, right? So we had just
Do
met.
you think they know that you fucked your stepbrother
I
now?
don't think so. I say it on every podcast I've ever done, but my mom doesn't support my career, so who knows?
Why? What does she want you to
She doesn't like comedians.
Yeah, she hates comedy.
Boo, your jokes suck!
Totally against it. So they met really quick and married really quick.
They get married. How old are you when they get married?
I was 17.
Okay, how old's he?
19.
Okay.
And we
You
went
guys
out.
go
We
to the
went out
wedding.
because our parents were like, "You guys should like get to know each other, like go out, blah 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 blah."
He hooked it up.
Yeah, so we went out. We went out
This is
drinking.
hillbilly shit, Silvia.
Yeah, we went out drinking and
Go
we
f your
back
sister. Mom and dad need some alone time.
in their house.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, and now
How was it?
22 years later,
You're still.
I still have to see him, his wife, and their 6 children.
And did they know?
Well, I think me and my stepbrother, are the only ones who like kind of kept it like. I didn't tell anybody in my family. Now I have told everyone else in the world, but I didn't tell anybody else in my family. So
I mean,
it's got to come out one day. But
Do you question your morals when you did something like this? No. You think you're a good person
I
or a
didn't
bad
know
person?
him. I didn't know him. Now looking back, I wish we wouldn't because now it's like
He has 6
you know,
kids.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad you didn't have kids with him?
Oh,
Then it'd be
oh my God.
real toothy, gummy
Yeah.
inbred kids.
Well, they wouldn't be inbred because it wasn't like blood.
Right. They'd just be not legally inbred.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you ever think your stroke game's gonna be different when your mattress gets off the floor? Like once you get like your mattress,
It's
up
gonna
on the
be
floor?
stronger. My girl's mattress off the floor. Of course, my stroke game's big. I'll keep walking here with Louis Vuitton on. Are you out of your mind? Keep walking here with Celine caps
I
on.
forgot
Of
she
course,
had to
my
come over to
stroke
your
change. Are
apartment.
you out of your fucking mind? What are you talking about? Remember that Gucci North Face I come in here with? Stroke
Of
game
course the
changed.
stroke game is different.
Of course, the stroke game changed. She be like, just stay. You ever get a just stay? It's been 4 days.
Yo.
Just stay another night. Stroke game changed.
Good.
Get these young niggas out of my face.
I love it. Derek talk cash like a hoe. Like, what course this pretty good? You see this jacket, man?
I'm getting flued out. I be getting flued out. I be getting flued out.
Derek told a story about what a girl said to him and then became that girl.
Savage ass bitch don't give a fuck about her.
It says stroke game. See this Gucci? What you think?
He's offended.
Derek
was
How you think I
offended.
got this, right? Derek is a whole gigolo, man.
When the last time you been to Ocean Prime? My stroke game get me in grouper fish with lobster in it.
It's Yo MMA Rap with Chris J. Gomez and Dave Smith.
Natalie, are you turned on by female fighters at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
So, all right, I'm assuming you did not watch this past weekend's fights, Natalie.
I
No.
did not, no.
Do you have any idea who won the fight? Because I'm going to ask you who you would rather clam jam with if it was going to be Jessica Andrade or Amanda Lemos.
I suspected that's where this conversation
Of course,
was going.
yes. But I feel like...
Can I interject real quick?
Please.
Before we move on?
Vic, you are the master of clam jam.
This is how quick the UFC got the all-lesbian MMA event out of the way. That was 2013. It was Carmouche versus Andrade in the main event.
Wow.
That was the
Oh, there we
first
go.
all-lesbian. So this was knocked out within like a few
and
months.
It
This
was
isn't even
Andrade,
news.
by the way. Andrade was part of the first
Wow.
all lesbian main event. Like when she came
Exactly,
back into
yep.
this fight, she was like first rodeo lesbo. Okay, I've been here
Andrade, first of
before.
all, all right, so here's the thing. All right, you don't know who won, Natalie, okay? And would it matter to you? Would the winner of this fight you'd be more attracted to them?
Honestly, no.
Because if I'm a woman, I want to be with a f***ing winner.
Are you going prison rules here? Because there are a lot of lesbians in prison. I was recently educated.
I just feel like anyone who's fit enough to be in that's cool with me. That's
So you're into an athletic type
Yeah.
woman.
Mhm.
Somebody could protect you.
That's not what I'm looking for, but yeah, that's It's not a bad thing.
You need protection. You're a lesbian. They're violent. We just discussed
need
this.
protection from the other
need
lesbians,
protection.
yeah.
They're out there and they're going to attack you. You seem like a very no
you
offense.
need protection from the bigoted police force that's trying to throw your people in jail.
Natalie, you are
for no reason.
You are of a weaker ilk.
I don't think you're out of line saying that.
You are of a weaker ilk.
I'll admit
of
that.
a lesbian.
I'm not out of shape, but I'm not very strong either.
Speaking of ilk, pull up Amanda Lemos. That's pretty good. No, that's not Amanda Lemos. That was Jessica Andrade. It's Amanda Lemos. What do you think here? First initial and Vic Mysterio, please give me random facts about their personal lives that may make Natalie more attracted to her. Because I don't know anything about these girls, to be honest with you. But what do you think? First initial reaction. What do you say? What do you like? What do you dislike?
She's okay. She's not my type so much.
Why not?
I don't know.
You're racist.
No, I don't think it's
Natalie
that.
doesn't like Browns.
I don't know. She's just not my type. I'm not into her.
Not your thing. All right, so pull up Jessica Andrade. Maybe.
Also not my type,
Also not your type.
but I would pick her over Amanda.
She's beautiful eyebrows. She looks a little bit like Bieber.
She looks kind of like a hot dude.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah,
I feel like
which is your kind of thing. Vic, is there anything that Natalie should know about these gals?
Well, number one, I want to know about the Brazilian element. Does that turn you on, Natalie?
a little bit. It's not a bad thing.
They're both Brazilian, though.
Oh.
I don't know if that actually-
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if that helps.
This chick has she has hair that doesn't go with her look. Like she has the hair of like the jock dude in the 80s movie, but
Yeah.
it's not attached to a very different body.
Dude, can somebody please in the Racist Live chat superimpose Amanda Lemos' hair on my head? I feel like that would be my perfect hair.
Oh my god.
That is the hair that I need.
If you had hair, she'd kind of look like you.
Yeah. to be
The
honest
only
with you, yeah.
thing that is separating you from being a legit billionaire is that head of hair.
Evil head of hair.
I'd buy whatever you're selling. I'd buy from you.
By the way, not for Lemos, but Andrade, her Brazilian nickname, translates roughly to pile driver.
Wow. Does that turn you on?
I like that.
She
That's
likes
a good
it.
one.
That sounds aggressive. I think there certainly are a disproportionate amount of lesbians in women's MMA.
Vic Mysterio, please shed some light on this. I want to know if there's been another.
Who are the big lesbians that you know of that are fighters? Amanda Nunes is, right?
Amanda Nunes, the lesbian.
I believe.
Liz Carmouche.
Carmouche. She
Liz
just won this
Carmouche.
past Saturday night in Bellator, right? Was it Bellator or was something different?
Yeah, it was Bellator.
She won something.
Controversial fashion.
Yeah.
But
stoppage.
I want to comment that Cyborg is not a lesbian.
She's not a lesbian, but if she wanted that, she
knock
could
down
take
who-
it.
She's taking that.
Cyborg wanted that.
If she wanted it from anyone short of Amanda Nunes, she's taking that.
Yeah, and Amanda Nunes will give it to her or take it from her if she wants to.
What's the toughest sports loss you've ever taken? Meaning, as a fan, what's the hardest single sports loss you've ever been wounded by?
Well, I'm a Mets fan, so there's so many.
Oh boy,
Forget it. I can't even get into it.
I think. What about Boston? What about Boston coming back as a Yankee fan and just cleaning house? The Yanks were up.
God.
Yanks were up 3-0.
Yeah.
They sweep the Yankees, then sweep the Cardinals,
I loved
who
it.
everyone thought the Cardinals were going to destroy either the Yankees or the Sox.
they
Whoever
got-
won, they were like they're going to get crushed by the Cardinals.
And they sat for so long. Right?
Do you
Didn't they?
really
Oh, no,
think
they
that
were-
has a lot to do with it, though?
Well, no, I think the Sox though swept. Oh no, they didn't sweep because they came back from
They
seven.
swept the Yankees. They won.
No.
They had to win. They won
4
8 in a row.
Yeah,
they won 8 in a row.
But they won 7 against the Yankees.
Yes, game
so
7.
so St. Louis was waiting. I think. You know what I mean? So sometimes I think in football it's worse.
Oh, you mean
Sick.
like rust, a little bit of rust, not playing. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's good for your pitching staff, but it's not good play for the other players.
No,
yeah.
so I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
I know what you're saying because they always say because you have momentum going in.
Yeah, and then you have your routine. You know how?
Yes, I
you
get
know
it.
what I'm saying, but I don't know.
No, it's
get
just
rusty.
it's like with a band or when you're doing stand up,
Yeah,
Jim.
that-
When
that was
the
a tough
first
one, though, for
first 3
Yankee
shows,
fans.
the first 3
Brutal.
shows you do, it starts like it's a well-oiled machine after at that point. You know what I'm saying? Even
Yeah.
whether it's Aussie, Black Label, whatever.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
first couple shows in, even if the first one's cool and there's not really any flaws, even with the Doom Crew. I'm saying with the tunings and the guitars or whatever. But I'm saying once you get a routine, I'm saying
Totally,
every day you get ready.
yeah.
As soon as 9:30 comes rolling around, it's time to go make the donuts. But
And
I mean,
and then for me, when it's like a 1 o'clock show, then it's a little weird. You know,
Oh,
'cause
day show? Yeah, man, I hate day
And
shows.
it's got to be the same for an athlete. Like the Rangers play every night at 7:00, right?
Yeah.
And if they got to play at 12:30 one day, you're like, what's this? Especially for a sport is a lot different. But
because you sleep and your routine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you ever see that cartoon of the guy he threw a no hitter, but he was on acid when he did it?
Richards, J.R. Richards,
Not J.R. Richards from Houston. No, I forget
Doc
who it was.
Gooden.
It was a West Coast team. I think.
What's that? Doc Gooden.
I don't.
No.
It wasn't J.R. Richards.
No,
he was on acid, and they do like
yeah.
some crazy animation online where he's walking through because he thought it was the day after, and it was like, oh, you're pitching today. Doc Ellis? Was it Doc Ellis?
Yeah.
He was on acid and he threw a no-hitter.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great
Doc Ellis.
if you get a chance to watch that. But
insane.
sometimes with athletes, something's weird. You're not expecting something.
Yeah.
And it works out beautiful.
Totally.
9 times out of 10, that doesn't happen.
Like with Mickey Mantle and Billy Martin and Whitey Ford, just smashed all the time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I hit 4 home runs yesterday. Pretty amazing.
Fun fact about me: I was a tennis player. I never did drugs. We got drug tested. I was always like drugs are bad. You can tell who does drugs by who chuckled at that. Like,
Me too.
adorable,
I'm like,
adorable. But I never did cocaine after that because, like, what am I gonna do if I try cocaine at 30 and I don't like it? It's a shit night,
right?
And if I try it and I do like it, then I like cocaine at
Yeah.
30.
That's
Is
a
that
problem.
not a problem?
That is, it is a problem. When also,
I don't hear the problem. There are people with bigger problems.
Then I become a cokehead at 30. I feel like that's so lame. Like,
So
I'm at
lucky.
like an electric house music festival at 30. That's creepy.
Right. So what happened?
So my friend was like, do it. So it took one person just socially making me feel awkward.
Yeah.
And I did one bump, and I tell you I'm not trying to brag about how pure my body is, but I got an immediate nosebleed.
Oh my God, really?
Like, immediately ruined everyone's buzz. They were like, you're gushing blood. And I'm like, sorry, I'm so pure. I'm so pure. The angel's inside me. My virgin is bleeding. So
Where were you?
Yeah. I was in a hotel room in Miami, as one does it. So that was the story. And
So
I
you were
stopped.
sitting with your friends. Everyone's doing coke. You took one bump and your nose.
And everyone was staring at me like, what's going to happen? Is she going to go crazy? And then just a slow roll dribble of blood came down. And they were like, you shouldn't have. You just ruined the night. I can't smoke weed either.
Really? What happens to you?
I'm an anxious person, but I feel like I suppress it. So when the weed comes, it all comes out. Like, I stared at the mirror once just trying to question if my face was round or oval for like 2 hours.
I love that.
And I was like, is it round or oval? Am I like, I'm like, oh my God, that person's face is so oval. And everyone's like, go away. Most people take weed. Am I a 80-year-old grandma?
That sounded like an 80.
Most people take weed.
Have you been taking weed
And they take it and they do it.
The dope? Did you take a dope? Yeah, sounds great. I'm very sensitive to stimulants.
I took dope last Tuesday.
We played this game before. We'll introduce the band. The band is called Yacht Lobster. All right, so you guys are going to perform, I would assume, a quintessential yacht rock song.
So this first song we're going to do is quintessential yacht rock. It's not only kind of a one-hit wonder, but it is, I'd say quintessential not just because of the sound and the style, but because it's literally about boats and sailing and sailors and lost love, and that's all
So this
right
is
in the yacht rock
so
pocket.
they're going to play it in its entirety.
We're going to do one in its entirety.
One in its
And
entirety,
then we'll play the
and then
game.
we play the
And
game.
then we play the game.
Could we, before they do, let's get just down here in the game.
Yeah.
You're really looking at me with authority right now, and your
I want to
hand
have it
gestures.
down. You will go first.
Rules are important.
Oh, I don't like that already, but okay.
I'll go first if you want.
Okay, I'd rather
Whatever
you
it is.
go first.
And they play until, whatever. And then I get my shots at it. They play whatever they're going to play of it, like 30 seconds or a minute, whatever is needed, I guess. And I'll take my shot at it. If I get one name of the song and artist, if I get both,
you get a full point.
I get a full point. If I get one, you get half point, nothing. And then after I do whatever I do, if there's anything left to get, you can go for the steal.
I got you. That totally makes sense. I went in knowing I was going to lose this one. That's how confident I was.
Before a run day? Good thing you're already dressed for it.
Just go to bed like this and wake up.
Yeah, nice cat suit, Terrell Owens.
You have to show me a Terrell Owens picture now.
There was a big thing. He used to wear it before the games, and the coach of the Eagles said that if they win the Super Bowl that he'll wear the cat suit. He was a big fat guy, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a little fun backstory
By the way,
while you
that
tune your
means-
guitar.
No wonder your joke didn't land, you know?
No one wants to see Andy reading a cat's.
Nobody did want to see Andy reading a cat's.
Wow, they got that reference. Hold on. Okay.
Well, they're men, Ralph.
That's right. Yeah.
Men know yacht rock and they know sports.
It's not me.
We don't dress.
Apparently, I don't know either.
We don't dress like middle-aged chicks and run around bragging about our fucking morning cereals and fricasseed
Morning
scallops you make,
cereals.
whatever the f you do.
All right.
Kale
that's-
salad with a wasabi reduction. And I ran.
All right, let's
Jay,
go.
you gotta get this one. Come on, man.
I'm so mad at you right now.
Ralph, get it.
Okay, I got it. Doobie Brothers to the music.
Yep.
There you go.
Whoa, whoa. Listen to the music.
All right, thank God. I feel like you guys gave me an easy one on purpose. Am I right?
That's just what was next. Was next.
Okay, fair enough.
But we're mixing up the next one.
I think they were very loudly discussing making one easy for you.
Yeah, for God's sake, this guy's gonna pass out drunk.
They were menches, all of these guys.
Yeah.
However,
It was
that
very
was
nice of you guys. Thank you guys.
A little bit more of that one.
Yeah, okay. Can you do a little bit more of that one? I'm gonna want a little bit more of everything.
Such big coming day by day. The people getting ready for news. Some are happy, some are sad. Whoa, don't let the music play. What people need is a way to make them smile. It ain't so hard to do if you know how. Gotta get a message, get it on through. Oh, don't ask me why. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music. All the time.
Can I say something about Shannon real quick? I don't like her. She's back there, soft voice as hell, but she's like a little Rick Rubin in the booth. They finished thing and you answer the question and she goes,
we have more of that?
A little more of that, please.
Yeah, a little bit more. Question.
A little more of that. And don't be afraid to let that bass take a walk.
Because I can't get right. This is cutthroat. This burns as words pop from a snub nose. This Kurt meant scur and not give a fuck.
I'm filming for a year now.
What kind of shows?
Like documentary shows.
Okay.
And I see on Netflix, and I know now why, is they basically do documentaries only after the fact, like after it's all done, and then they go back in history and you see whatever Wayne Garcia or Ted Bundy or whatever. And because I'm filming a docu here with the Banditos, with the motorcycle gang. Like
yeah, right. The Banditos.
They are the second biggest after the Hells Angels. And I, from very early on, I know them. So they talk to me, they give me interviews, whatever. And I offered this to Netflix. And they're all scared about it, like, because they don't know how it ends. And I said, but the whole point of the documentary is...
Really?
Yeah. And I said, because I thought that Netflix, of course, will jump on it because this game in 100 countries, right? And they didn't pass on it, but they also never did it. And then they forced me for the US to write like a 25 pages treatment about the show. And I said, yes, it's no problem. I can write it. But as you know, it's not a fiction film. So I don't know how it all will end after I'm done shooting, right? So because of course in between when I started shooting, now they were in court. One guy's arrested in jail, like from the people, and I said that.
Yeah, I'd love to watch this, by the way.
Yes. I said the people will binge watch that, and but also Tiger King, for example, they made after the fact. They made that after this guy was in jail, basically, and started doing it, right? So, and it was only luck that other documentary guy filmed them over years and had material over years. And I think that is very weak from Netflix, very weak, that position. Instead of jumping in that real, like the non-fiction stuff, in a way like, let's follow things as they progress. Then you have in the end great program, but they don't do it. They're all scared to greenlight and put money in something where you don't know in what direction it goes. And I think it's the mistake that Ted Sarandos and so did in hiring the wrong people. They say we are risk takers, but they're not. The people like Ted Sarandos are not risk takers. They only want to keep their salary and their job, and they are very scared to make bold decisions. You know. And that was the thing. I mean, we had various projects when we pitched stuff here to Amazon and so on. But the reality and Netflix, but the reality is that the experience was always the same. They basically want risk-free program. And, but risk-free program is nothing what a subscriber wants. What they
that'd be like subscribing to elevator music or subscribing to like when you're on hold on the phone, the music they play. This is not going to ruffle any feathers.
Again, the market does a better job of kind of reining in big companies than government ever does. The government ends up solidifying the control and positions of giant companies. So what you have a lot of times when you deal with these giant corporations is that they're very removed from what's going on the ground. And they make decisions in a certain way. So it's a very typical big corporation move that CNN made here. And what they did was they basically went, well, look, I mean, our ratings are going down and down, and the internet people's ratings are going up and up. So we got to get in that business. And how are we going to do it? We'll do it by pouring $500 million into it. What can they do to beat that? That's the way a big corporation thinks about these things. But they did not understand the nuance of what is working and what isn't. And the truth is that, look, just on its face, forget even like our specific analysis or our political leanings with any of this. CNN, why is CNN failing so badly? Why is it that CNN is just it's unbelievable how pathetic it is that they can't get one show with 1 million people, watching it, that they have shows like that. Look, dude, if you're talking about just pure numbers, and particularly if you're talking about in the key demo type numbers, which is what all these corporations care about, me and you, Rob, just sitting here having this conversation, we're like nipping at CNN. We're really, and then a lot of the other shows that I'll go on are crushing them. Like the big, Rogan or Tim Pool or like any of these guys, so many of these other guys, Crowder and Dave Rubin and like all these, they're just destroying them. Oh, why is that? Well, okay, there's a lot of reasons, but if you just look at it right on the face of it, look, they're the pro Joe Biden Democratic Party network. No, they've just completely revealed their hand. And the more that they've revealed their hand as being that, the lower their ratings have gone. As Joe Biden where are his approval ratings? They're terrible. So you're just the one who's just what? You're the network of apologizing for the regime that everybody hates? Okay. Good luck getting big numbers. And then to go, well, no, but we'll go to a streaming service because the online industry is crushing it. He goes, yeah, but the reason the online industry is crushing it is because they're the alternative to you. It doesn't matter that you poured more money into this. Dude, they had on their streaming service, one of their first big things was an exclusive interview with Dr. Fauci. What's compelling about that? Look, these people are getting CNN for free, or not for free, but they pay for cable. They get it for free, basically. Now, what they want to go pay for a streaming service to hear Fauci tell you that you should wear a mask? Everyone's heard Fauci tell them this for free for 2 years. It's just like It's like, where is the fucking mentality? And then it's really funny that as they're pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into this and claiming it's going to be the future of CNN, this is such a big deal that they literally just have to go, okay, this is such a failure. We're pulling the plug on it immediately, a couple weeks in.
I mean, the degree of embarrassment to that, like, think about it. CNN as a brand, that was like Kleenex to tissues. You know what I mean? Like, that was like the brand when it came for, hey, where do I just get the basic information? And so for them to try and enter the growing market and not being able to compete with you or I, think about that. They stepped into the internet market and they couldn't figure out how to be competitive with just everyone who's just doing this. Like, that just shows how pathetic it is.
Yeah, it really is unbelievable.
Trust. And how long have you been believing this, Mimi Simpson?
A long time. I've been believing in aliens a long time. I have family that's in the military.
Okay.
Who really put me on to it. My uncle, his name is Jimmy Bell. He was the first Black Master Chief in the country, which is the highest level you can go in the Navy.
Is he in books? Is he in books and stuff like that? That guy has to.
He's accomplished a lot. He's worked with like 3 different presidents. Like his level of security clearance is crazy. So he was, but I also watched documentaries and films and stuff.
Yeah.
So what we need to understand is, like you said, we've had movies about aliens for 50, 60 years, right?
Yes.
But our government never admitted to aliens' existence until 2020 when COVID happened. So this whole time they've been accusing people of lying. People who have said they've been abducted by aliens. People who have had alien sightings. They call them liars. They throw them in jail. But in reality, these people were telling the truth. And they've had it in movies. So how is it possible that they've had it in movies, but we never admitted to them being real? The reason that is because they have an obligation to tell us the truth, right? But they can't come out and tell us the truth, so they put it in movies. If you can Google the CIA and Walt Disney, right?
Okay.
Why does the CIA have anything to do with Walt Disney?
Right.
It is because they give them the information to put in the movies. The CIA helped Walt Disney acquire the land for Disneyland. And
really?
Yes.
Damn.
You can
Google that.
You can Google that too.
I'm looking at it all right now. That's all true.
It's all true, right?
You can. So they have to tell us about it even while lying. You know, so even in the movies, all the stuff you've seen in movies, it's all been real. If you look at like a lot of declassification documents and they tell you about extraterrestrial, and they tell you about how they don't talk, you know, how they communicate telepathically. Some of them.
Right.
That was in Independence Day. How would they know that 20 years ago when they just now declassified all of this information in 2020? It is because our government works with the movie industry to give them information because they have to tell us even when they're lying to us. And so people in the military experience extraterrestrial the most, because one of the biggest issues with the issues on Earth is we have been bombing this planet for the last 100-something years too. We've been tearing Earth up with all this nuclear. So literally, aliens have been coming down and disarming missiles and during military drills.
Really?
They have been disarmed. I sent you the clip. I wanted you to watch it before we got on here. This will make it. It's long. So in the video I sent you, there were over 20 government officials, legit generals, you know, people that work for the White House.
Yeah.
They were all talking about their experiences. Like I said, people in the military experience them more because we be fucking up Earth, you know?
Right.
So So one of the most important parts of the video was when one of the reporters asked, so you've encountered extraterrestrial, what do they look like? And the guy said it would take me a long time to describe it because we've come across over 50 different species. And some of them look like you and me.
And your Jimmy, your Uncle Jimmy, he saw a being like legs and head and walking.
Oh, he's seen all of the declassified stuff. So they're like pictures and stuff like that. Yeah, he's seen them. I haven't personally, but so that video clip that I sent you, when they were talking about aliens and the different, and they were like, what do they look like? And he said there are 50 different species, and some of them look like humans. So
wow,
that's and some people on Earth are extraterrestrial, and you, sir, are one of them. And I'd like you to get to find and realize what planet you're from.